Hi, I'm Bruce Braden. I'm going to continue reading today from my book, The Thomas Jefferson John Adams Correspondence on Religion and Values, titled You Will Say I Am No Christian. And this letter is John Adams to Thomas Jefferson, May 1st, 1812. Good God! Is a president of the United States to be subject to a private action of every individual? This will soon introduce the axiom that a president can do no wrong, or another equally curious, that a president can do no right. I have run over this pamphlet with great pleasure, but must read it with more attention. I have uniformly treated the charges of corruption, which I have read in the newspapers and pamphlets, and heard from the pulpit against you and Mr. Madison, with contempt and indignation. I believe in the integrity of both, at least as undoubtedly as in that of Washington. In the measures of administration, I have neither agreed with you or Mr. Madison. Whether you or I were right, posterity must judge. And the pamphlet he was talking about referred to President Jefferson's repossession of public property near New Orleans that had been purchased by Edward Livingston. The second letter is John Adams to Thomas Jefferson, May 3rd, 1812. I thank you for the account of the Wabash prophet. McPherson, Parson Austin, and Abraham Brown made themselves sufficiently known to me when I was in government. They all assumed the character of ambassadors extraordinary from the Almighty. But as I required miracles in proof of their credentials, and they did not perform any, I never gave public audience to either of them. Though I have long acknowledged your superiority in most branches of science and literature, I little thought of being compelled to confess it in biblical knowledge. I had forgotten the custom of putting profits in the stocks, and was obliged to have recourse to the concordance to discover Jeremiah 29:26 for your text, and found at the same time Jeremiah 22-3 that Jeremiah himself had been put in the stocks. It may be thought impiety by many, but I could not help wishing that the ancient practice had been continued down to more modern times, and that all the prophets, at least from Peter the Hermit to Nimrod Hughes inclusively, had been confined in the stocks and prevented from spreading so many delusions and shedding so much blood. Could you believe that the mad rant of Nimrod, which was sent to me by Christopher McPherson, with his own, and which I sent to a neighbor in whose house it has been seen and read by some visitors, spread a great deal of terror and a serious apprehension that 1/3 of the human race would be destroyed on the 4th day of next month? As my neighbors are far from being remarkably superstitious, I could not have believed what has appeared in experience. The transition from one set of crazy people to another is not unnatural. John Adams.